Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently trading at 31,732, up 0.59%. Ethereum trading at 1952, up 2.31%. I previously said that it's always alt season. What I specifically mean by that is there's a gearing relationship that exists between Bitcoin and the other alts. When Bitcoin turns positive, it can shoot up other alts disproportionately to Bitcoin's price. We're really always tracking Bitcoin because we want to observe when it gets over key levels and starts to rock and roll. All the alts will rock and roll much, much more than Bitcoin. I just wanted to point that out. Let's have a look at Rule 775. Listen to everyone and keep your hand in your pocket. Do your own research. What it means is many people will come up and ask you for money in crypto. That does not happen inside our community. Everything we do is free. We have 100% free groups on Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. If anybody reaches out to you and says they represent me through some sort of fake account, and their scammers are coming in thick and fast. I'm spending about 2.5 to 3 hours per day trying to wipe these out to protect people. But I understand the real way to protect you is to inform you. These people will try to refer you to WhatsApp, Telegram, and give phone numbers. Never call phone numbers. Don't go to WhatsApp. Don't go to Telegram. We have free groups. Anytime they ask you for money, it's not real. You can identify real comments because we have this highlight here in a view reply when I answer you, and I love to answer as many people as possible. These scammers are so distracting. They suck up so much time that I could be working on content for you instead of deleting their comments. You can see the scammer when they're underneath someone, they have a view reply. I have like this view reply from Crypto Trading KS. This is real. These people are fake. I'd like to introduce you to Rule 774. Master yourself to master the market. I want to pretend that you've just met a genie. You've rubbed this magic lamp, and the magic lamp is giving you all the money, absolute wealth that you could ever dream for. Fantastic. Game over, right? That's all you ever wanted, was to be safe, to be secure, to have money. Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. But is that actually absolute wealth? Or is there something missing? Leonardo da Vinci said it very, very well. Leonardo's most famous painting was The Last Supper. He also did the Mona Lisa. He said, you can have no greater mastery than mastery of yourself. But what was he talking about? Just as our little friend Yoda knows, he was talking about wealthy emotions. Wealth really has not much to do with money. I know that sounds bizarre, but it's really true. When you get wealthy, and you will get wealthy, you will be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. That's guaranteed. You're here. You're committed. Wealthy emotions are things like being committed, doing the highest quality work that you can do, having integrity and decency, being disciplined and strong and determined, consistent, responsible, empathetic. Empathetic, giving and sharing, showing gratitude and humility, being respectful and selfless, having a purpose in life, but above all, it's this one, being fearless. Fearless is not an idiotic concept. It doesn't mean you go and stand in front of a moving car. Fearless is all about knowing what to fear and what not to fear. The markets are incredible at creating wealthy emotions if you let them teach you. Let's have a look at Rule 174, T cubed, trend, timing, trigger. We've already gone through the trend in the earlier episode. This is episode 140. It deals with the trend. But if you haven't seen this one, what is it? It's actually where we analyze the KS model, talk about the position we're in, highs and lows to be expected, price action, answer some questions from the community. But it's also about analyzing on-chain data, about 6 or 7 different sources of that. We also analyze 50 plus economically related data that can impact Bitcoin and the alts. You know, Bitcoin's gravity is very strong. It impacts the stock market and impacts your beloved alts. If you don't know the trend, you can get crushed. That's why we always do the trend first. It's absolutely critical to understand. Returning to timing, the first thing we do is look at news sentiment. We look at the news as though we're a completely new investor and don't know anything about crypto. Hong Kong jumps 2%. This must be the stock market. If only we did something on stock markets. Hang on a sec, we do. Bitcoin miner is electrocuted. Wow, that's not good. Thailand, 26 years of age. Poor guy. US stocks could tumble 15%. Oh my goodness, if we had have done the trend episode, we'll know what that's about. This kind of headline, who is this guy? He's Guggenheim Scott Menard. He's a really powerful guy. Oh, look at those big shoulders. Bitcoin traders split on 40k chances as altcoins eye potential. The altcoins are eyeing potential, but Bitcoin traders don't know what it's doing. Wow, they certainly don't know about Bitcoin's gravity, do they? They don't watch this channel. Okay, Bitcoin rallies after Elon. Ah, good on you, Elon. We love Elon when he does nice things. Musk says the Tesla, whoa, they're going to accept Bitcoin again. Wow. Elon Musk, oh, he owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and DOGE. Wow. Surprise, surprise. Musk and Dorsey love Bitcoin as an idea, but not an investment? Oh, I'm so confused. Bitcoin price sees a surge. Oh, that's pretty cool. And the ASX, that's the Australian stock market. Wall Street is rallying. Hey, what's this stock market stuff doing in Bitcoin news? Is it connected somehow? Let's have a look at this guy. Guggenheim Scott Menard. He's talking about US stocks could tumble in a rough fall. Oh, that's bad. Let's check it. Okay, what's Scott talking about? If you have sat through the trend analysis, and I really hope you have, I put it together because it's so vital. This is the NASDAQ 100 in the US stock market. Now, he's talking about this. Oh, we've got reasonable support, just wobbling around a bit, I guess. We've got this longer term support here. Now, if we do a reduction from basically the current price down to that support, that's 6.77%. We'll call it 7 for fun. What did Scott say? He said stocks, US stocks could tumble 15%. Let's fact check that. Okay, Scott is basically talking around, this is just a little bit under 15%, but he's talking about around this area, stocks falling to that. Pretty low probability actually, because you've done the trend analysis. You know that we're in Q2 earnings season. You know the estimate of earnings quarter on quarter are plus 65.8%. You know Jerome Powell has no change in policy stance. You understand that the Senate Democrats are coming up to 3.5 trillion spending bill. You know that basically the market is performing reasonably well. We go through all of this. You know gold and silver, the dollar, yields, bonds, oil. You know it all. You know rates, you know inflation. That's the power of the trend session. Otherwise, you can get whipsawed by this news. You can see that the probability of Scott's projection is pretty remote. Coming down to support, yeah, totally believe that. We've talked about on the trend channel about that happening, the trend episodes. But further than that, very unlikely. Okay, let's get into it. Let's have a look at crypto total market cap. We can see crypto total market cap has done really well since the falling knife. Very interesting, isn't it? That's crypto for you. It disobeys stock market rules. That's why it causes so much problem for people who've come from the stock market. We know total market cap is currently trading at $1.296 trillion. We can see some degree of support here. This is literally how every single crypto is moving in the market, including Bitcoin as well. We can see that there's a level of structural resistance above, but there's a bit of fresh air above that. We can see this resistance is being turned to support at the moment. It's looking quite positive. Let's have a look at Bitcoin technical analysis. We can see Bitcoin shot through that structural resistance and shot through it really well. That key level of 32,414 is still in play. Price is just seeking to nurture itself to break above that level. Bitcoin is currently trading at $32,116. We can see that this B word, yeah, it's coming. Elon's and all the other comments are all good, but we actually saw a bit of price improvement before that. That's interesting, isn't it? Current resistance is, of course, that $32,414. That's quite key to get across. The next level of resistance is 32,834. Support below at 31,557 and 31,111. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin longs here in green and the Bitcoin shorts here in red. We can see the shorts are coming out of the market and the longs are coming in. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum longs in this green are increasing and the shorts are decreasing in a relative perspective manner. Let's check out Maxpain for options expiration for Bitcoin at the end of the month. Maxpain, where the majority of options expire worthless, is 35,000. Let's check out Ethereum. Options expiration July 30. Maxpain is 2,200. Before it was 2,400 a couple of days ago. It's good to keep these things in mind. I'm going to do a whole episode on understanding options behavior. Let's have a look at the calls and the puts with Bitcoin and Ethereum. If I call you up, that's pretty cool. We can say that's going long. If someone is put down, that's not very nice. That's like going short. Calls currently, long positions, are 53.5% of Bitcoin volume. The puts are 46.5%. For Ethereum, the calls, the longs, are 48% and the puts are 52%. I'd like to include some new tracking data. This is Bitcoin and Ethereum, the average transaction fee per day. Look at this. We're currently down. Bitcoin average transaction fee is $1.94 US, or $1.91, sorry. Let me see if I can get this mouse under control. Ethereum is basically double that at $3.95. We can keep our eye on these prices and see how all of this relates to price action. Let's check out liquidations. Over the past 24 hours, 332.29 million in liquidations occurred to 67,338 traders. Over the past 12 hours, 57% of those liquidations were short. If we go and have a look at the relative size of liquidations, we can see down here the majority of liquidations are short liquidations. Let's have a look at what that looks like on the 15-minute. We can see the majority here of shorts, some long liquidations here. Let's check out psychological safety and liquidations. When the liquidations get really large, we put a little yellow box in to note that as a particularly important thing. Let's look at the fear and greed index. Today, the fear and greed index is 21. That represents extreme fear in the market. That's the best place for professional traders and investors to buy. It's really important, even if you're a really, really long-term investor, you want to act with an institution of one mindset. You certainly don't want to buy at the top and witness a 50% fall in your investment. What you want to do is think institutionally. When there's extreme greed or optimism inside the market, that generally indicates a correction of some sort is coming. You want to buy when there's extreme fear in the market. That's not easy to do, and it takes a little bit of practice to do it. Maybe the thing that you can think about, when you buy, who sells? People are selling all this way up, and they have a lot of money to sell. When they run out of stock, so to speak, things to sell, the price comes down naturally. People get really freaked out and they sell large volumes. That's why we track liquidations. I hope that makes sense. A lot of people sell at the bottom because they think they've made the wrong decision. Unfortunately, the news advertises these positive prices in to suck people into the market. As part of our process, we always look at the top 7. The top 7 are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin, Cardano, USDC, and XRP. Let's check the greatest gains for the past 24 hours. Axie Infinity, Flows, Stacks, Waves, Stellar, OKB, and Sushi. Everybody loves sushi. What's the greatest losses? Leo, AMP, XDC, MDX, T-Fuel, Quant, and Internet Computer. Let's check out the greatest gainers over the past 7 days. XEM, Dash, Waves, Sushi, OKB, XLM, and FTT. What about the greatest losses over the past 7 days? MDX, Stacks, Rune, Engine Coin, Mana, Flow, and AMP. My focus is to always give you new information, to make the information that we share together very, very quick, but also incredibly high quality. Total revenue, really interesting. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum is 156.2 million for the past 30 days. You can see it just here. Look at this, Axie Infinity for the past 30 days. Revenue of $88.7 million. Maybe Axie had some fundamentals behind it driving the price up. Let's check the next one. Uniswap, 76.2 million. Bitcoin, 35.4. PancakeSwap, 34.8. Wow, interesting stuff. Let's look at historical revenue. You can see our revenue figures are quite low. If you would like to look at this, this is from tokenterminal.com. I'm so sorry to the person who recommended I look at this. I tried to find your message, but it's been buried under several hundred messages across Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. I really want to do a shout out to you. I'll keep looking. And if you want to reach out to me and let me know, hey, I did a Ken, you don't need to look through all your messages. Hey, that would be awesome. But thank you very much for recommending this resource to the community. It's really beautiful. It's probably useful to know that some people say that the value of Bitcoin, and of course all cryptos, is going to go to zero. Hang on a second. If we're earning hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars every month, how can it go to zero? I'm a bit perplexed. As part of our process, we always look through the derivatives, noting particularly the change in price of the contract in the past 24 hours. That gives us an indication of the power of price increases or decreases. Past 24-hour trading volume was nearly $67 billion. 24-hour open interest about $6.5 billion. Let's have a look through this list. We can see Bitcoin at about 2%, Ethereum twice as powerful, around 4%. We're looking down. Look, Axie Infinity's got some power under the hood, but now we know that's being driven by fundamental drivers on revenue. XLM, Sushi. We also know Sushi's doing quite well. 17% CHR. This gives us a unique perspective on the market that very, very few people know about. It's part of my hidden edges that I use, but I love to share it with you. After 2 decades in the markets, you get these little edges, they can make all the difference. Waves 16.4%, Rune 9.2%. Just gives us a bit of an idea as to what is being seen as being attractive. Okay, looking through MTL 11.9%, Alice 12.8%, and we just round it out with the futures. This is part of our, if you like, trading journal that we do together 7 days a week. This will give you an incredible feel for the market. Let's have a look at some bubbles. Wow, look at Axie Infinity just shining. Now we have a better idea of why. If you have similar data that can underpin all these other bubbles, if you can see different things moving, please direct message me. I would love to track that data for you and share it with the community. The funny thing is, the more people know, that's kind of good. If you're in Axie Infinity, well, that can be interesting. Or if you're in Luna, please share. I know that a lot of people are absolute experts in their coin. Let's have a look at Ethereum's technical analysis. Ethereum is currently trading at $2,005, just above support at 1992 and below that at 1960. You see it blasted through this structural resistance level at 1909 and basically turn it into support without looking back. That's why we always talk about buying the falling knife. A lot of people in the stock market can't comprehend that concept because it's an absolute no-no in the stock market to do. But you know why it's a no-no? Because the institutions are buying the knife. Anyway, it's really important to understand that crypto can whipsaw around 20-30% in a day. If we can buy at support way below the current price, if you can, that's a fantastic trading strategy and dollar cost averaging strategy if you're seeking to accumulate. Resistance above is 2042 and 2100. Let's have a look at Binance Coin. BNB is currently trading at 293.75. It's literally just above structural support. That's fantastic. It has support below at 285.53 and 278.17. Resistance above at 302.71 and 309. Always remember, price is moving in a wave. It's going down and then it's coming up. What happens when people are new to trading and investing? They think it just goes up and then it will collapse. It's not like that. It's always moving in a wave, up and down. That's why there is a trading rule, an investing rule, that sharp angles reflect. They do it all the time in crypto. Rule 39, patience always. Buy support, sell resistance. This is a really, really important rule. The lower levels of support you buy, the better. You can set up limit orders there, always buy at spot, and never go all in with money you can't afford to lose. Crypto is very violent in terms of its price swings. It really needs to get itself under control. It needs a timeout, but it never gets one. It's just this way. Let's have a look at Cardano, ADA. ADA is currently trading at 1.1713, just literally above support. The next level of support below that is 1.1454 and 1.1207. Resistance above is 1.1972 and 1.2127. 121.27 is a structural level of resistance. If you haven't heard about structural support and structural resistance, I'd just like to refer you to episode 93. This is how you can draw up your own charts. You don't need to buy expensive indicators or anything like that. I'll take you step by step through a chart as we draw it up. I'll show you how to think, how to place your lines, and how to interpret them. It's a really good episode. Structural resistance just means strong resistance. You can see two levels of strong resistance for Cardano, one at 121.27 and 124.11. If you're new to the channel, you're probably not aware of Bitcoin's fingerprint. This is a price of Bitcoin in real time. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. As Bitcoin comes down, so too does the market. As Bitcoin comes up, so too does the market. It's a hidden edge that very, very few people know. I would suggest basically less than 1 in 100 would know it. I share it with you. It's a secret edge that I have, but I love sharing my edges with the community. When you look at this, what we look at, and this could help you with your buying decisions and selling decisions. When we look at ADA, Cardano, we're really going back to look at Bitcoin to see where it is. Has it cleared structural resistance? Is it in clean air? And if it is, and it's starting to move up, all of these alts will move in step with it. If you're just focusing in on your alt and seeking to pull the trigger without an understanding of trend, you'll read news stories and you'll sell when you should buy. You'll see price action but not understand why it's actually doing what it is, because missing Bitcoin's price action is very devastating to you financially. It's really, really important. Let's have a look at XRP's technicals. XRP currently trading at 57.89 above structural support. That's a good thing, at 56.94, and there's also further support at 5500. Resistance immediate 58.55 and 59.99. Rule 138 I talk about a lot. All investors become traders whenever they buy or sell. If you have an investor's mindset, you may buy at market. That's an absolute wrong thing to do. You'll cost yourself so much money. As well, investors tend to buy at the top and sell at the bottom. You don't want to do that either. Everything on this channel is designed to help you to become more of a financial blessing to yourself and others by learning how to trade. You can still invest, you don't need to trade, but if you create the understanding about trading, it will serve you for your entire life. Let's have a look at Dogecoin technical update. Doge is currently trading at 19,197. It has support below at 18,753 and 17,980. Resistance at 19,990 and 21,095. Someone in the community recently asked the question, is Doge a leading indicator of Bitcoin improving? As we know, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. What that means is that alts, all alts, and the entire market moves in step with Bitcoin. We can see Bitcoin came down, Doge came down. Bitcoin came up, Doge came up. We can see this playing out on all alts across the entire market. It doesn't matter, even Axie Infinity is moving with Bitcoin in terms of its directional bias, up and down waves. There's some evidence here of that comment. This spike led the improvement in Bitcoin. Unfortunately, was followed by a downward spike here, but they're sort of syncing up now. We'll keep our eye on that. It's always really interesting. Here is a little bit ahead, but it's really more about directional bias. If Bitcoin goes up, any alt will go up. If Bitcoin goes down, well, the majority, I can't say all of them will, because that's never the case. There's always an override on a particular alt. It depends. It could be a rug pull depending on the alt that you're dealing with. That's why we tend to focus in on the top level alts. They're safer in general than the lower level ones. Let's have a look at Polkadot. DOT, its technicals. DOT is currently trading at 12,527, above support at $12 even and 11,400. Resistance above at 12,911 and 14,023. This is really interesting. What I see in DOT's chart is resistance, 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 turn to support, another resistance, resistance, turn to support. Good bounce off that. That's called a resumption. Retest, resumption. Looking quite good. Let's have a look at Chainlink. Before we get into the prices, let's just have a peep at Bitcoin's fingerprint. Whoa, what do we see here? Directional bias is in play. When Bitcoin goes up, what does Link do? It goes up. When Bitcoin goes down, what happens? Correct. This is very interesting. Look at the synchronization of patterns here. This is really, really important to understand. If you're in Link, keep your eye on Bitcoin. When Bitcoin gets above specific resistance levels, that's when you want to go harder in. When it's failing, when it's trending down, that could be a beautiful time to dollar cost average in, because we know the trend. And of course, if you haven't seen the trend, please check it out. It's really, really important. Link is currently trading at 15,346, just above support at 14,981 and 14,482. Resistance above 15,900, 16,305. Let's have a quick look at Rule 47, Master Your Edge. You are a completely unique human being. Your attitudes, how you look at the world, your skills, your focus, everything is unique about you. So is your edge. You may just use price only, or price and volume, price, volume and time. You may use different indicators, Fibonacci, whatever you like. That is up to you. Whatever is your edge, just develop it, hone it. You could use moving averages, whatever it is, so long as it works for you, it's your edge. I want to show you something really interesting. I said I give secrets away. I'll show you something really cool. This is total revenue. We went through this before, but there's a hidden secret in this. This blockchain revenue, $7.14 billion. Wow. You think about it. What is happening? Crypto is real. It's producing billions and billions and billions of dollars. It's coming close to what stock market analysts can understand. My background is in finance. One thing that we always look at are the flows of revenue, less expenses to get to a earnings number. The critical thing, we've got the revenue, but where are the expenses? We're seeing on this graph average transaction fees per day for Ethereum and Bitcoin. We can do more on this particular graph, but I want you to think in terms of expenses and revenues. What is your particular beloved alt bringing in? What is its real world use case? How does it work in the real world? Crypto is often referred to as monetary energy. Crypto is the actual foundation for the next evolution of the internet of value, the internet of money. You can see a lot of money is being earned here. A lot. And it's important to understand these things. Money is being earned. Now, if you think about electricity, you pay for electricity, right? You can't see it, it's there, it lights your house, it powers your devices. It's pretty cool. Cryptos are the electricity grid of the next internet of value. Think about it like that. You will always hear people say, crypto has no value. And they're crazy. Look at the value. What about this? 7.14 billion. Oh, I think that's not bad. Just think about it. You can look at things like this and understand there is a lot of value in crypto. It's not going to go to zero. Not a chance. I hope you found the content useful. Everything I do for you is free. Please be aware of scammers. I do these videos to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Please feel free to reach out. We have free groups, 100% free, on Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. I'm also really happy for you to direct message me. So many beautiful people have shared their life story with me. I'm absolutely honored and touched. I think that's beautiful. Please be aware of these scammers. They're pretending to be me. They're not me. This is real. This is real. Anything else is fake. I'll do my best to clean them up, but they take so many hours away from me preparing videos for you. I just more appreciate putting the time in to help you out. It'd be lovely if you reached out and just said hi and let me know where you're viewing from. That's really kind of cool. Please remember, crypto is really volatile. Prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.